Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm going to do a 1-year review, a 1-year 30,000 mile review on my 2014 Ford Focus SE hatchback. I bought this car May 1st of 2024. Today is now what, May 20th, so it's just over a year. I've driven over 32,000 miles on it. As you can see, I'm in my mobile office. Bought the car with 122.7. It's now got 159. All right, so 37,000 miles on the car. All right, I'm just gonna get right to it. Do I like my Ford Focus SE hatchback? Yes, I do. Would I recommend it for what I'm doing, whether it's rideshare or deliveries, or maybe you just wanted a cheap car? Yes, but under the slightest condition. Number one, I think there were 3 types of engines that came with this car from that period from 2012 to 2018. 2 of them were EcoBoost, which you should avoid like the plague. If you see the word EcoBoost on a Ford, except for maybe the Expedition, you need to run away. EcoBoost have been a disaster. I think that they've now changed them to some of them to Power Boost. Avoid EcoBoost engine. You want the 2-liter GDI engine. I haven't had a single problem with that engine yet. And so I've done my research. All the problems have been with the EcoBoost engines. Number 2, which is going to be a problem for a lot of people. You see that right there? That's a manual transmission. That's what you want. That is the transmission you want. If you can drive stick shift and you need a cheap car, you'll get these cheap and they're good. Don't you dare get the dual clutch automatic transmission, whether it's in this car or the Ford Fiesta. They're junk. They are horrible junk. And it was so bad to the point that's why Ford stopped selling the Fiesta and the Focus. That's how bad those transmissions was. And even if you do get a new transmission, Ford didn't make any improvements or changing the other transmission. So if you do buy a transmission from anywhere between $2,000 to $6,000, if you buy one new or certified refurbished, you got the same problem anyway. So yes, I know you're thinking, well, if I can, yeah, you're right. You want a 2-liter GDI with a manual transmission only. I've had great success with mine. My car just recently got serviced. I had my 6,000 mile oil service, my multi-port inspection. My tires were rotated. Inspection was done. And because it is May, and I am doing the JFK Airport Express right now, my AC was recently serviced. Nothing wrong with the AC, just needed some more Freon. I had the cabin filter replaced. But so far, nothing but maintenance on this car. Last month, I had the right control arm, the left control arm, the passenger side tie rod, the boot replaced, alone on alignment. That was $1,700. I had tires put on, Uniroyal Tiger Paws, put on in January. So everything's been maintenance, really. Or in order to pass the inspection, I had to have the right and left sway bars in the front replaced. Now, I did have one scary moment. My engine fault light went on. The car just shut down on the Taconic Parkway. Not the place you want to get stuck on. But thank God, the Lord was with me. I found enough shoulder room where I wasn't a bullseye at 5 in the morning on the Parkway. What happened was a wiring harness was chafing against the exhaust of one of the manifolds, and it wore down, open circuit. That was a $700 repair. But as far as the internal parts goes, Everything's fine. The transmission's fine. The engine runs fine. Car handles really nice. As far as acceleration goes, my 2002 Ford Focus ZX5 was much more fun to drive. I'm not gonna lie, that car had a lot more pep. And the engine was more lively. But this one, on the other hand, is definitely getting better gas mileage. Despite the fact I'm stuck in traffic right now, I'm averaging 38 miles a gallon. I've gotten as high as 42. With my old 2002, I was lucky to get about 32, 33, which was about right back in the year 2002. The car is comfortable to drive. I am 6'4", and I got plenty of leg room. And I got plenty of headroom despite the fact that this thing does have a sunroof. I had a problem with that. I was getting water on the passenger floorboard, so I went in there with some pipe cleaners, went down all 4 things, vent holes or gutter holes, cleaned them out, and that solved the problem. The car is basically simple controls. It's got the old 3-knob climate control system, which I like. I like it basic. I don't like fancy stuff because fancy stuff breaks. And when things are simple, you could do things yourself. Like change a light bulb, which is getting impossible to do in a lot of cars now. If you wanted to change your own oil, you could do that now. If I wanted to put Freon on my AC, unlike the 2002, which was underneath, this one's on top, that's still possible. So there's an advantage of having a simple car like this. And this car's made me a lot of money. So people say, well, you invested a lot of money. Well, I've also made a lot of money too. So I can't complain. It is what it is. Now, I was having a problem when I got the car with the Ford radio sync system. And when I looked at how much it would cost for me to get it replaced doing it on my own, I would have been able to do it fairly cheap if I buy the parts used. But these things have a tendency to be reprogrammed. So then I had to get a Ford having reprogrammed. So what I did was I looked for an Amazon Andrew CarPlay radio. What do they call them now? There it is. It's been replaced with something more modern, something that looks a lot nicer, and something that a lot of my customers get like, wow, that's nice. I know these cars came like this. I gotta tell them, yep, I did it myself. The car is quiet compared to my old 2002, but like I said, for rideshare, that's good. But if you want to have fun in your car, you would definitely prefer a Generation 1 Ford Focus with a manual transmission. Or if you wanted one with an automatic transmission, as long as they were maintained, those were much better. They were simpler, and much simpler. Old-time torque converter transmission. Now, thank you. Welcome to New York City. Now, because I think you see my emergency handling in this car, pretty good. Very good. Again, I think my 2002 was better because it was designed to be a more peppy car. This is more for comfort and fuel efficient. The engine is definitely a lot quieter in this car than my old 2002. It is the SC model, bottom of the barrel, mostly bare bones. I don't have fog lights, which is the only feature I wish I had in this car. As a driver, fog lights do come in handy. That's the only feature I wish I had in this car. In fact, I can honestly tell you, as a driver, I would rather have that over the sunroof. Even though I love sunroofs, sunroof for what I do, you don't need it. The fog lights are more important. But I tell you, last week when the weather was beautiful, my passengers loved the sunroof. It was just the right amount of air because it's that time of the year where it's too cold to keep the side windows down, but too warm to keep them up. Now I do, how is the room in the back? Well, you can't see, but I got the front seat and the passenger side all the way up, and I have it tilted all the way forward so people have plenty of room. Like I said, the car handles great. It rides a lot smoother than my 2002. Dashboard, we have a combination of old-time analog gauges with a computer center, whereas my 2002 just had the old-time analog, which I like better because, again, it's just simpler, less to break, they last longer. And if you figure out by my videos, I want my cars to be practical because I want my cars to work. When this car's in the shop, I can't make money. So, simple is better. But I've had some pretty big people in the back seat with the seat all the way up, granted. And there's a lot of leg room for a lot of people, like even my size. Granted, it's not going to be a Lincoln Town car, but it is durable if you want a taxi ride. Like I said, right now we're averaging 38 miles to the gallon, doing mixed driving today, which is real good. Like I said, 42 is the highest, and I usually get no lower than 29. And I used to average about 25, 26 with my old 2002 Ford Focus. So as far as fuel efficiency goes, without having to get a damn hybrid or a piece of crap EV, this is pretty damn good. And yes, I do prefer the old time naturally aspirated gas engines. Again, why? They work. Less parts, no forced air induction. The engine doesn't run as hot. Engines last longer because these engines do run cooler. Listen, I will sacrifice gas mileage for a working car any day, which is why I hate start-stop features on most cars. But the heat really cranks well in this car. I just spent the entire winter keeping my passengers cozy. I was getting, oh my God, it's so nice and warm in here. And now hopefully, as the weather gets warmer, I'll get compliments on how nice and cool my air conditioning is. My car does have power locks, windows, and mirrors. It is, I guess, and cruise control. Those are the added features that came with the SE model along with the sunroof. But I have enjoyed this car very much. Even though I'm not much of a compact car guy, that's my wife. She likes the compact cars more. I spend as long as 12, 14 hours in this car. I get out at the end of the day, and I don't feel like I'm twisted like a pretzel. It is bright Mustang racy red, I guess I would call it, or maybe fire engine red. No, this is definitely a Mustang racing car red. People like it very much. They come in and most people, they have black taxis, a black Uber ride, silver, white, the usual colors. They see this, they're like, oh, I didn't expect this. The interior is also painted from the last owner. I don't know if you can see it in red also. People like that also. I wasn't sure if that was going to work against me, but people seem to like it. My rating proves it as a driver. The sound system is pretty good. I usually keep on relaxing instrumental jazz music to relax my customers anyway. The Android radio I installed works pretty good. So there is my review. And the trunk space is pretty good. More important because it's a hatchback. If I really needed it, I could fold the seats down. I got plenty of space, especially if I don't know, I suppose if I had to pick someone up from the airport and he needed the front seat because he had too much luggage, I can accommodate him very good. So that is my review on the 2014 Ford Focus SE hatchback. I do recommend it, but I recommend it with an asterisk. Remember, 2-liter engine, gas direct engine with a 5-speed manual transmission only. At all costs, do not get an automatic transmission. Do not get an EcoBoost. So, is that what you wanted? I hope you're not disappointed, but I gotta tell you the truth also. And I want you to spend money so you can have a headache. Questions below, comments down below. Tell me what you think. If I missed anything, let me know. I will answer you in the comments. God bless you all. You all have a blessed day.